Thank you for gathering here with me today. We're going to be
Yes.
testing some different AI prompts. We're kind of going to build on the article I did a few weeks ago that was inspired by my daughter's spelling homework and
Haha.
trying to kind of flesh that out a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So I prepared a few spelling words
Oh
that are
boy.
actually like the words that she's dealing with right now, and
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna test a few different chatbots and see how they do with generating homework. I wasn't sure, what ones to use. I wanted to use Copilot for sure as one of them. And part of the reason why is because, well, first of all, a lot of people are using Copilot right now. And in the school system, here in Canada, or
Mm-hmm.
specifically in New Brunswick, I should say. Well, I don't know if it's specific to New Brunswick or Canada, but basically, I got word down the pipeline that Gemini and Copilot are the chatbots that are considered safest for Canadian students to use
That's fair. Mm-hmm.
because of their policies towards data.
Right.
Whereas ChatGPT and probably Claude and probably, most of the other ones, they don't have the same sort of agreement with their user where
It's
they
true.
can
Yeah.
use your data a lot more freely.
They're frienders. Yep.
So yeah, so which, I think it's really smart of Microsoft and Google to make sure that they've got a product that's appealing to and is going to be, accepted by the school system,
Yes.
at least in terms of the data.
Well,
Um,
you know what that means now, because now everybody
mhm.
has access to Clippy. Don't
Yeah.
forget a couple of clicks on Miko there. We'll turn him into Clippy.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's pretty funny that yeah, they did kind of resurrect him better than he's ever been.
I'm kind of like a sad happy about that. Is that okay? Is that like a sad bad
Yeah,
version of happy
yeah,
about that?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, and I'm sharing my screen right now. So we are gonna be sort of
Hmm.
recording this process. Hopefully, I am sharing the right screen. Uh,
Well, yeah, there's words on it.
yeah, it doesn't. I can't
This looks like your
see.
dating profile. Is that what you wanted to show?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Oh,
Yeah, there it
actually,
is.
wait. Yeah, can you? Oh, okay. Oh, there we go. I was gonna say there is a tab that shows my screen, so
Yeah,
that's great.
yeah.
So I can verify that.
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah.
So we're gonna start with we've got Copilot in there first. Basically, I have a couple locked and loaded and ready. So and then I've got a Word doc where I've
Hmm.
pasted some words. So if you look here, I've
All
got
right,
the
here we go.
prompt create a spelling activity using the following words, and I've got a list of some of the words that my daughter, who's in grade 4, is working on right now.
Hmm.
And let's see what they generate, and we're gonna look at possibly kind of finessing this a little bit.
Okay.
So, all right, so I pasted that in there. Again, the prompt creating a spelling activity using the following words. First, I've got spelling detective challenge, which is provides a clue and then you have to fill in the
Ooh,
blanks. So
okay.
match each clue to the correct spelling word. Uh, I like that. I appear on your skin like tiny spots, especially after sun exposure.
No graphics here,
Um,
bro. There's no graphics.
yeah, yeah,
How am I supposed to
exactly.
like? Where's the detective? He's cool and collected.
No,
It's just
there is. If you look
where?
really
I'm not
close,
seeing.
little tiny boy right
Oh,
here.
he's a little tiny boy.
Yep,
Oh, okay. Okay. We can make him
yep.
bigger. Accessibility. Let's go.
Yeah, exactly. The second one, word art. Um, choose a word and write a short story. That's a good
Mm.
one. Roll and spell. Use a
Oh,
die to select a different challenge. That's really cool. So, and it
Ooh.
does say, let me know if you'd like a printable version, and I do. So I'm going to tell it, yes, please turn that into a printable version, and I want to see if that gets that even better for me here. So you can, and it tells us here you can copy and paste or print directly from here. Um, it didn't, okay, so it didn't really change it very much at all doing that. I mean, it pretty much gave me the just the exact same thing again.
Mm.
So let's say, yes, I do turn this into a worksheet with spaces.
Oh, okay, there we go.
It's a little bit better, yep.
That's what I'm used to back in school.
There we go. And
Blank
so
spaces, uh-huh.
yeah, and again now it's given like for the second activity, the short story, it actually has provided the spaces there.
Hmm.
And so if I go at this point and hit Control P, yeah, I
Ooh,
can I
yeah.
can I can print right from there.
That looks good.
Um, so that's a good thing. Now, I don't know if you can print directly from the prompt. Let's just try
Ooh, I think
that
you
out.
can. Give it a
Share message and prompt. I can copy the message, edit in a page. I want to try a few different things here because oh, that didn't work. We're
Oh
just testing
wow.
stuff. That's the whole
Okay.
point. Oh, okay, your page is ready. And here I've got now on the right, I've got a little editing window
Okay,
there.
okay, yeah, there we go.
But I noticed one of the options was like a share option. So I want to see, okay, I'm gonna copy the link.
They usually put print in the share
Oops.
sheet, don't they?
Yeah, and I don't know. And again, we're gonna get different it's gonna be different for the other
Hmm. Ta-da.
chatbots because I've done this with ChatGPT and it's a little bit different. So that's pretty cool. It does flesh it out and expand it a little bit. And one thing I tested too with the ChatGPT version of this was asking it to become more accessible. So let's see if that prompt works at all in this avenue here. I'm going to say make this worksheet as accessible as possible, and let's see what it kind of
Let's see if it makes that
imagines.
little
That's
man a little bit bigger.
yeah. Let's see what that's gonna.
Well,
It's
is he
probably
looking?
not. What's that?
Maybe he's the same size, but the spelling's gotten bigger and bolder.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. It is looking bigger now
Hmm.
in that window.
Yeah. That's at least everything is darker. That's cool.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's the view that I'm in or what, but
Hmm.
that's taking quite a bit longer than the other version. Okay, yeah, I'm in the editing window and I see now I've got paragraph, I've got header one. Can I manually adjust that header size? No, it doesn't look like it.
Wow.
Okay, well, while that's thinking, let's go to ChatGPT and let's try the same thing. And I want to see how it approaches that. And it's interesting. Again, you've got the bold headings, you've got the little symbols. That's pretty consistent between the chatbots, I'm noticing.
Hmm.
Okay, so we've got a spelling challenge, the LE ending adventure. Students will correctly spell and use words that end in LE. There's my word list. There's a word sort, missing letters challenge, spelling sentences, story mix up, speed spell. So the Copilot gave us like three activities. This one's given me like five, which is really nice.
Hmm.
And like I said before, I'd use ChatGPT specifically for this activity. The cool thing is I like how ChatGPT prompts you to do what you might naturally want to do. For example, it says I can adjust the difficulty. and add visuals or extension tasks. So
Yeah, that's yeah, for sure.
let's ask it. Let's say please add visuals and make the document as accessible as possible. And when I
See
tried
what it
this
says.
before, it even kind of gave the rationale for why. I really liked the way it did that. And while that generates, I want to go back
Okay.
to this. Your page is ready.
All right.
Okay. I'm not quite sure. Oh, there it is. Okay. The worksheet now is kind of open in a different sort of window here. Uh, it's not as sort of user friendly. Like, I don't quite understand what's going on with this part of it versus the original. I
Huh.
think I'm clearly in like a separate document editing window here. But that's kind of cool. I like that you have that sort of editing power. It keeps saying it's not working.
Hmm.
So that's interesting. Let's go to
So
ChatGPT.
it's trying to compartmentalize its thoughts, I guess, or reduce the level of scrolling that
Yeah.
you'd have to for. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So again, back to ChatGPT, and it's done what it did before when I tested it. It says here's an accessible visual spelling activity document for your word list, and it gives us the rationale for how it made it accessible, which I like. Clear formatting for screen readers, descriptive alt text for visuals,
Here we
and
go.
optional
Yes.
printable elements. So it's done a really good job um, with
I
this, I
love that it
think.
tells you.
Yeah,
I
I
love
like
that.
that it gives you the rationale, and there's actually like a lot going on here that Copilot kind of didn't do. It's given us the prompt, the reminder. These are all words that end in LE. Listen carefully to the soft ul sound at the end.
Hmm.
It's got a visual key here. Action word equals something you can do. Thing word is a noun. Okay, part one, word sort. And okay, it's here's the visual aid, alt text. Oh, okay, it's given the description, I think, right here. Alt text icons showing a hand sprinkling salt, a person grappling with
Oh.
a rope, crumpled
Hmm.
newspaper as article, and freckles as a smiling space. Um, we've got a missing words activity, spelling sentences. Yeah, the visual is interesting. And it's not always generating. I don't know if it's even generating the actual visual. It's saying visual, alt text, pancakes with sugars being sprinkled on top, but I don't
Hmm.
actually see that. But
You know what
again,
I'd love to see
yeah,
out of these kinds of things is
yeah.
if it could make you know how there's like a typing of the dead. Do you remember
Y-
those games where you
Uh,
learn to type and you take the zombies out and stuff like that by typing words?
I know that sort of genre.
Okay. Well, imagine like a choose your own adventure book that had
Yeah,
you have to learn words in order to progress and things like that and be able
right.
to I would love stuff like that because then you'd be hooked into the story and like you would actually care about wanting to learn
Yeah,
various
that's
things to
true.
progress.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really cool.
I might have to work out with something like that, see
Yeah,
what I can
that's
make.
neat. I like that.
Mm, yeah.
And then at the end, it's given us more extensive sort of accessibility notes. Clear sans serif font recommended, 14 to 16 font for readability, high contrast colors. All visuals include descriptive alt text. Activities use simple, direct instructions with minimal jargon. Again, it's really
Mm,
expanded on the rationale for the accessibility, and it's asking if I want to format this as a printable PDF with
hmm.
color visuals and dyslexia-friendly
Very
layout.
nice.
I'm going to say
Yeah.
yes, please. I always say please. I'm very polite to my
It's good, as you should, to your
AI
overlords that
overlords. Yeah, exactly.
that's right.
So they'll remember when they take over
That's
that I'm
right.
a kind and friendly guy.
That's right, because they know where you live.
Yeah, exactly. So that's taking a second to analyze.
Hmm.
But yeah, I so far, between Copilot and ChatGPT, I think ChatGPT just does a much better job.
Oh
Um,
yes, and here's a prompt that, and then
yeah,
this is strange, but with ChatGPT, what I wanted it to do
yeah,
was give me lyrics for a song that was hard. See, my one of my friends has a wife who doesn't like mushy
mm-hmm,
songs. She
mm-hmm,
just doesn't like them. So we wanted to give her something a little more hardcore.
right,
And at first, ChatGPT was very polite,
yeah,
very reluctant. We had to give him like examples of like turning things to 11 or, various words that sounded harder in progression
mm-hmm,
to get it to understand like we want you to like throw off restraint here in regards to how you're going to use wordplay.
right,
And it took a little bit to get it there because it's
right,
so used to being, very, polite and dainty and things
mm-hmm,
like that. But we needed it to be a little more hardcore. And it was
yeah,
interesting to see it progress to learn. Okay, look, we
mm-hmm,
wish you to use like harder tones, harder words for various reasons, given the context of the song. And it was really neat to see it kind of go, is this okay?
right,
To go this far? Do you want me to
yeah,
get worse?
yeah,
Things like
yeah,
that. And I
yeah.
thought it was really neat to push an AI in a direction it normally is not pushed that way.
Yeah, it's a process. It
Hmm.
definitely just like kind of what we're doing here.
Yeah.
It's a conversation, and
Yes.
it's gonna take some back and forth to get through.
Yeah.
And so it didn't want to. I've tested before, and it will generate a PDF that works pretty well. I'm not logged in right now, and I just don't want to deal with the logging in while I'm sharing.
Yes.
But
Yes.
just suffice to say, I've tested it, and it does give a nice printable PDF. Instead, I said, can you generate a more challenging version of that activity? and uh, and it's done a new activity that it hadn't suggested before when I asked it to get more
Hmm.
difficult, where there's a word chart. It's given an example, the word, sprinkle, how many syllables, the word type,
Ah, yeah.
a synonym, an antonym, and an example sentence. And
Hmm.
that's a really great little activity. Again, if your kid is kind of already past the stage of, the beginner stage of
Yeah.
understanding and handling these words, now you can get into some of the real good stuff in terms of explaining them and having them work out synonyms
Yes.
and antonyms. So, and it's given the example in a couple of them, and then in another it has an article. Uh, Synonym is essay, antonym. I guess that's also, I think maybe the reason why it's blank too is that what would the antonym of article be? I don't, that's tough because I mean, first of all, there's a couple different definitions of that word. Freckle,
Right.
same thing. It doesn't really have an antonym. So uh, it's cool though that it gives that for the words where there are, easy synonyms and antonyms.
Yes.
It gives those examples so you can get into that.
Like I know
Um,
this is for kids, but when I look at this, I think
yeah,
about how I would have this in a survival horror kind of like way. It's
yeah.
like you've got to solve these things. You could hear zombies banging at your door. You could hear all the
Yeah.
surround sound and stuff, and you got to get
Yeah.
it right, or they're going to come in, and you get,
That's cool. That's
you
cool.
know, stuff like that
Yeah.
to add a little tension, but add a little seriousness to it as well.
Well,
So, so they're,
my
yeah,
daughter loves games kind of like that, honestly.
that's
On
cool.
Roblox, she, plays games where like a big teddy bear chases you around and you
Yeah.
have to find keys. When you think
Hmm.
about it, that's almost exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, so if she's into stuff like that, you can imagine like
Yeah.
creating puzzles using this to inspire
Hmm.
learning. This
Yeah,
would be so cool because if
exactly.
he'll get in, and then we don't know what other options you have, or maybe he'll just take you out.
Yeah, exactly.
Neat.
So let's see. It's got a word structure, investigation, vocabulary in context. So you fill in the blank within context. Word transformations. Use prefixes or suffixes to form new words from your spelling list.
Ooh,
That's
yeah.
kind of cool. A
Item
creative
combining.
writing prompt. reflection. And again, it's given us, kind of told us the rationale for the accessibility features. Oh, that's interesting. It's offered to make it a digital interactive version. Um,
Ooh, yeah.
yes,
In
please read.
HTML5?
Uh, Fillable PDF for Google Form. Let's
Okay.
say, I want to say fillable PDF first. Let's see. Oh, okay. Again, it wants me to log in.
Ah, poop. Yeah.
That's okay. But uh document layout for you to plug in. Yeah, that's cool. Um Downloadable template file. Yeah, so far I'm quite liking what ChatGPT has done with that. So let's move
Mm.
on to Claude or Claude, however you want to pronounce
Yeah.
that. Which, as I've discovered, in terms of writing a great deal of content, like writing anything lengthy, Claude is
Mhm.
actually way better
They're
than
probably giving you a lot more
ChatGPT.
tokens. Yeah.
Well,
Like for its
yeah, that, but what I find is like I was using it for some writing projects and where ChatGPT wouldn't generate that many words. Claude
oh,
would
sorry. Like
really,
that's what I meant by tokens. Like
yeah, yeah,
it
yeah, yeah,
understand.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah. That's cool.
So, but I don't think I tested it for doing spelling activities.
Hmm.
Oh, that's interesting. It's showing me all the like code on the right. I don't know why that's doing that. Interactive artifact. Okay. So it's just that's funny. You can see it being generated right there.
I kind of like that, honestly.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
It's given us the yeah, the building blocks of that. Um, so let's see what it does with that. It's looks like it's giving me a lot. Okay, it's done with. Oh wow! Oh my God!
Oh, look at this.
Holy,
Oh,
that's wild. Okay, no wonder it took a while to generate. Oh man,
look at
I
all
haven't even
that.
asked it to be
Yeah.
accessible yet. So
Wow.
click
This
the
is
play
rad.
button to hear each word, then type it in the box
Oh, that's
below.
so good.
Whoa. And then it's
Okay, that's a
given,
step up.
yeah, that's a major step up.
Thank you,
Wow,
Claude.
that's really cool. So type the word here. I wonder, does it give me, I guess
Audio output.
it doesn't, give me any feedback when I type it in there, but that'd
Mhm.
be for the parent to correct, I guess. Okay, so we've got play the word. So right off the gate, there's that accessibility feature of,
Nice,
uh,
nice.
the text to voice, and I didn't even have to ask for it. That's
Yeah,
cool.
that's
Oh,
rad.
right there, I can check my answers. So sprinkle, and then I
Nice.
click check answers. What the heck? That's score one of it. Oh my God. This is
Okay, this is
like,
so much better.
yeah, this is wild.
So
How,
I mean, I get the whole information stuff, but when you see
yeah,
this compared to it, oh, step
wow.
up. Yep.
Yeah. And so an activity two, fill in the missing letters. Um, I'll just do one for the, sake of time, but I filled in for sprinkle. It's correctly scored me 1 out of 8.
Mhm.
Unscramble the words, same thing, and then you check the answers. Okay, so then on the left, it's sort of given us the rationale of what it's done. I've created an interactive spelling activity with
Mhm.
3 different activities. Um, and it's obviously described the activity and what it's got going on. Man, oh man. Okay, what's a good follow-up prompt for that? What else should we say? Should we say can you add some more activities?
Oh yeah. Can you make it? Could you make it oh, try this whole spelling
Yeah.
based. The thing we were talking about, like the an adventure.
Okay, okay.
Can you teach by having an adventure or choose your own adventure style learning process for words?
Okay.
Something like that. See what it pulls off.
Yeah. See what it does with that. But
Yeah,
that's insane that the first iteration of what we asked for was all interactive. Like it automatically generated something that works within the app as an activity. That like
that's really neat. Yeah,
when you think about the capabilities of technology compared to even 10 years ago or even go, way back 20 years ago when
yep,
I was closer to kind of learning this stuff. Like the activity that it just automatically generated was basically on par with the highest tier, like paid software
it's
that you
true.
could get.
Yeah,
And I just generated it for free
yeah,
based
it
on
didn't.
the
It's
exact
just
words.
yeah, and it's so nice. It gave you literally everything
Yeah,
in a intuitive, user friendly, ready to go, use it and do it
it's
right
writing
now.
an app. It's
Yeah,
writing an app right now.
yeah, it literally is. Yeah.
And I
Oh, here we
even
go.
saw as it was generating, I could tell, okay, this is working. And look at
Oh,
this.
look at this.
The Mystery of the
Ah,
Lost Treasure, Spelling Adventure.
see, this is what
You're
I'm talking about. Let's
that
go.
is so cool. Okay.
This is
As
what I
you
mean.
okay, so all right, and then on the left again, it kind of gives a rationale. So they must spell the word correctly to progress. Features
Oh
branching
yeah.
paths, story-driven challenges, score tracker, hints. The
Yes.
adventure includes different paths. Oh my God. All right, let's try.
See,
Let's
this is what I
try.
mean. You tailor something like this for somebody that likes a particular genre of game or something, they'd be in
Yeah.
like Flint. Oh
So I'm
yeah.
I'm a river enjoyer, so I chose to take the river path,
Good man.
and it's guarded by a troll, a friendly troll.
Oh no. Oh, it's friendly. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
So, the bridge is old, the troll grumbles. To cross safely, you must prove your wisdom. All right.
Yes.
The troll asks, what word means to complain in a low, unhappy voice? Hint, it's what your stomach does when you're hungry. Oh, I like that
Ooh.
hint.
See, check this out, man.
Like,
This
right?
is
How
cool.
that is insane.
Seeker, don't
And
fail this. Don't fail
yeah,
this.
yeah, yeah. I
You got to
got it
put it
right. I did
in.
it.
Good.
Because thankfully it gave the prompt of your tummy being hungry. So
Mm-hmm.
that's cool. So
I like that
okay,
a lot. A lot.
finding
That's really cool.
snapping popping sound. I want to. Can I just skip it? And okay, I went through the cave alone. Okay, but I've got
Ooh.
to. Oh, you must. The tunnel narrows, and you must blank with the rough stone walls to squeeze through.
Oh.
Your hand searches for grips in the darkness, and it's something that wrestlers do. Grapple, clearly. And
Mm-hmm.
I got it correct. And then the path forward. Like this
I
is
love this. This
this
is what
is
I'm talking
so
about.
you literally had the idea.
Mm-hmm.
You wanted this, and we
Yes.
just generated
We
almost
just did it.
exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, now I want to say,
And see, I would
can
also add
yeah,
like consequences for failure and all of that, saving throws, the whole
yeah.
deal, all of it.
I'm gonna say, can you change the story elements
Mm-hmm.
to appeal to a 9-year-old girl
Mm-hmm.
who likes pink and fashion. I don't know.
Pink and
Try.
fashion.
Yeah, I'm trying to think
Sure.
of some things because that's my daughter. She's
Yeah.
a girly girl.
Oh
She's
yeah, that's
into
cool.
pink and fashion and girly
Come into my
things.
shop. All we have is pink.
Yeah, so like the fantasy stuff, that's not quite her
Mm-hmm.
bag. So,
But she's cool with being chased by giant bears, though. So that's rad.
yeah, exactly, exactly. So that's gonna generate something else.
That's a
Uh
boss fight. That is. You got to put
yeah,
them in there. You got to say certain words in order to
yeah.
like beat it. Oh my goodness, that sounds amazing.
And now
Yes.
I actually am signed in with Claude because with Claude, I think you have to sign in. But the upside is as we're seeing uh, it gives you a lot more. Like the kind of computing power that it's putting into generating this, story or app or whatever you want to
Yeah.
call it. I feel like most chatbots would have stopped you at the first one.
Indeed,
Uh,
because the others seem like just information get and present. Here, it's
yeah,
presenting it in almost like an app or applet kind of thing.
exactly.
It's generated the whole thing in a consumable manner that's not just text on a screen kind of thing.
Oh man, this is okay. This is so good. So I
What
don't
do you
know
got?
if
What do you
you,
got?
so it's fashion designer dreams, a
Oh yeah.
magical spelling adventure. Welcome to Paris Fashion Week. We've got
Mhm.
hearts, we've got pink, we've got dresses. It's telling me the new features, pink and glamorous theme,
Nice, nice.
fashion focused story. So I
Hmm.
can choose visit the fabric boutique or accessory studio. I'll go
Ooh,
check out some accessories. You enter a sparkling studio filled with jewelry, bags, and beautiful accessories. Your
yeah.
friend Emma is there struggling to open a vintage jewelry box with a rusty lid. Ah,
What
she
do we
says
do?
with frustration, I've been trying to blank with the lid for 10 minutes. It won't budge. What
Hmm.
word means to struggle or wrestle with something difficult? And that was a word we just did.
Hmm.
Grapple. Submit the answer. And I earned a magical design tool.
Ooh, a
And
tool
then
of which you
and
can
then
use
we
later
keep
on in the
going.
campaign.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Nice.
So I'm blown away. I can tell you are too. Like
Oh yeah,
I
I mean, like, yeah, absolutely. This appeals to the D&D ness of me.
Yeah. And again, I know, and it was so easy. It was one sentence that I asked for that pivot in
Hmm.
terms of story, and it completely pivoted in the way I wanted. And
We went from
now,
text list to something actually engaging.
yeah, no, it's really crazy.
Yeah, this is great.
I can't believe that it built it to be interactive like that.
Hmm.
And I wonder how if you can how if you can copy or share it in any way. That might be tough. Publish.
Hmm.
Okay, and you can publish the artifact. That's interesting. So you could publish it, and then like for me, where I have my daughter half time, I could
Hmm.
publish it and share it with my ex so that she's able to provide the same, well, the exact same content to
It's
my
like you're sending
daughter.
the gem of this application that it built right
Hmm.
over the so it can be used as if there were no difference in its location. That's kind of neat. That if
Yeah.
that's how that works, where you because obviously you're signing your account, it's like you're just sending this packed module or an executable in
Yeah.
this HTML format. You could just send right on over there. So it should, so she can continue where she left off, for example. That'd be kind of cool.
I'm just so boggled that we asked for something that I wasn't sure what it would generate. I didn't expect
Hmm.
this level of
So is Claude a
interactivity.
genius or are we geniuses for asking it to do this?
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
Um, I wonder, I do, it feels unfair to not give the other chatbots a chance.
Let's do that. Let's do that.
So,
I mean, privacy aside, dude, that's rad. Let's see
yeah,
what Copilot and Gemini can do. Only
yeah,
fair.
and so it, I kind of expected this because of the way that the content was presented initially,
Hmm.
but it's just giving us text again, essentially. It's not interactive like it was with
Ah,
Claude.
I'm so
Um,
disappointed. That is a rip.
yeah,
Why does education have to be sterile like this?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, come on, come on. I can't interact with that. That's so
Yeah,
1983 or less.
yeah.
Come
So
on.
yeah,
Hmm.
it's cool. It's cool. It's got the idea of it there.
Yeah.
Um, oh, and I think I'm pretty much at my limit there for ChatGPT. But
Oh, poop.
but it's done something that it's structured. It's the thought is there, and there's an attempt there for sure. Same with the Copilot version. But
Mm.
my God, what Claude did, and again, I discovered Claude's. greatness in terms of uh, working on a writing project where basically um, I'm slowly sort of developing like a screenplay and I have
Yes,
an
cool.
outline and I can sort of ask it to use it to help flesh out ideas
Hmm.
and you add scene headings and scene locations and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, very nice.
Yeah, so and it did that really well. It and I
Does it
tested.
manage your perspectives of your scenes too?
Oh
Like
yeah.
it's yeah. Oh,
Oh, it does
interesting.
everything. It can
Oh
it can
yeah.
it completely it'll completely
Full cinematography, like on
write
top
it
of this.
into proper script format.
Oh wow.
Now, once again, and I think this is the main thing. And now, of course, screenplays are very dialogue heavy,
Yep.
and the dialogue that it generates isn't really good. It's very kind of childish
So it's
and
placeholder dialogue that you would
it's
change, I guess.
placeholder dialogue. Yeah, like again, for the purposes of how I was using it,
Hmm.
I would use it to generate the structure, but then I would completely change every bit of dialogue
That's cool.
that it
Yeah.
suggested because it would do kind of what you wanted on a very basic level, but it's like writing a kids movie basically or something. It
Yeah.
just and again, that's something that should be not only expected, but I don't want it to be good at writing dialogue. I want to be
Yes.
the one that does that anyways.
I'm
And
totally fine with it being placeholder dialogue. Like, or
yeah,
even if you're going to be
exactly.
ideas that spurs me to write even better. So that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, so while we were chatting there, I went into a little bit of a different direction with Claude, and I asked
Mhm.
it to create well, my prompt was create a series of one-digit multiplication math problems because that's what she's
Oh.
dealing with in the math department. And once again, without asking, it's created an interactive sheet and I've got a couple different challenges there and some features it's listed. So, and I can even click and select from the
Oh
top
yeah.
here what types of problems I want to do. Again, it's literally creating an app, or an
Yes.
applet, I think is more the
Hmm.
correct term.
But
Yeah,
intuitive in its design to make this like
yeah,
you give it some groundwork, it makes a thing, then you can
yeah,
like make it even better by selecting the things. Oh yeah. Come on,
yeah.
guys.
And so it's interesting. I can use the arrow keys to go up or down, or I can type a word in there. And it was what was 1 times 5. And so I hit that, hit enter, gives me a nice big correct great job,
Nice. Yep.
So you've got, and you can skip, you've got a whole lot
Look at
of,
this. This is
yeah.
rad. Yeah.
So,
I don't know, man. I think we're gonna
mhm.
have to go against the system and say, nah, you chose the wrong one.
I mean, again, the privacy, it's like there's two separate sort of considerations there.
Yes.
There's the privacy and data collection and how that's handled. And
Yep.
then there's, the kind of utility and quality and potential of each chatbot.
Right.
Um,
But I
it's
know what I'm seeing.
I know. I know. The gulf between the quality and the ingenuity of
Hmm.
what I got between these chatbots is pretty vast.
I'd
And
say
I didn't
it's
even
embarrassingly
ask.
so.
Yeah, and it's like that, Claude is like that kid in class that does everything to like 100%.
Yes.
Claude's the try hard here, where I didn't even say create an applet,
Yep.
and it's gone ahead and done that for me.
Thank you. Yeah. And it's great.
Uh,
And it
and
functions. It's
it
working. It's
functions. It's
presentable.
it's clickable.
It's
It's an
clean too.
it's
It's so clean.
really,
Yeah.
yeah, that's really something. Um, and I wonder, can I switch the view to do like a full version? I don't
And if
really
you
know.
can't, you can
Yeah.
tell it to.
Oh, there's the visual. Oh, wait, yeah, let me see that. Can you? display that full screen.
Shazam. Okay.
Uh, Session limit reached.
Oh, poo.
Uh, Darn.
Ah,
Uh, I mean,
but
at
still.
3 p.m. in 4 hours, I can generate again. But
All
again,
right.
you can't be mad at Claude right now
No way.
because it's just like the computing power that it's put in to creating these two applets is
Yes.
it's really insane. I
It's
can't believe
literally what
that.
you're doing is creating. Like you're
Yeah.
creating an output that can be used, not just
Yeah.
read, but used. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, I figured out how to make it bigger. There's a little slider between the two panes that you can adjust.
Ah, yeah, yeah, that's cool. Yeah,
So
perfect.
that's better
Perfect.
now. That's quite
Nice.
good now. And again, I can just picture like for my daughter where, we're trying to work on these new, spelling words and stuff like that. I could just have her sit down at my laptop and, here's some apps to do. Or again, the choose your
Yeah.
own adventure, like that's fun. And the story
Yes.
is something that she'd be interested in. I guarantee
Yes.
she'd be into that. She's gonna
Hmm.
if I showed that to her and said, "Here's your spelling homework," versus what she's doing now, which is it's well done homework,
She wouldn't even
and
realize the time going by.
yeah,
She'd just be reading and
exactly,
enjoying this and going, yeah, now what would that be? Oh, yeah. She'd be having a good time. I know I would be.
yeah, I
Yeah.
that's really impressive. Um, so that's too bad though that it's at the end of my ability there. I think ChatGPT maybe has a little bit of juice left. Let's see if it does. Um, okay, so I did the new prompt, the math prompt, create a series of one-digit multiplication math problems.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Easy.
try Copilot. Okay, there we go. I went back. I'm gonna ask Copilot to do the same thing. So it's good. It's very basic here. It's simply just here's equations, really.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. But see, but today, what Claude
yeah.
is doing is what you expect to see on an iPad.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
seeing the end result. It's like you're running a languageless coding application. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's what Claude kind of reminds me of. You're giving
Yeah.
the thing you want it, and it language creates. You know?
Okay, now it did say that it gave me some options, format into printable worksheet, interactive quiz, or game style version with levels, points, and timed rounds. So I've done that. I've done the last option, turned it into kind of gamified. So,
Okay.
okay, so what we're looking at, we've got a description, how to play, start with 3 lives. For each correct answer, 10 points. For each incorrect, lose 1 life. So it's given us the building blocks of an activity, but it kind of leaves it to us
To build it.
to
Yeah.
to yeah,
Give
like
the
you
prompts to
have to
build it.
manually keep track of your score on a sheet or a whiteboard. You have to sort of be the one to um to oversee and kind of create the
Yeah.
gamification of it a little bit.
But at least you're losing lives here.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a start.
There's a mini
Yeah.
challenge at the end. There's a bonus task. But that's pretty cool. That's not bad at all. I can't fault that for trying.
But I mean, for
Um,
school though, this is
yeah,
so underwhelming. You know, Claude just nails it, and it's fun and it's intuitive. You
yeah,
know, and you could do it. You could generate it so simply, and
yeah,
like there it is. It's ready to use. I love
yeah.
that. They really can't touch it.
No. So okay. So again, Copilot, and I have to say, and again, when you made the joke of, oh, they chose the wrong one. So
Yeah.
far, Copilot's given us the most basic, least interesting answers, I'd say, out of all three.
Yeah. Maybe that's why
Um,
the education system took it. It's boring.
uh, and maybe I should throw Gemini into the mix because I feel bad.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Let Gemini
Maybe I
do
should.
something.
So we've got Gemini pulled up. It knows my name because I'm obviously automatically signed in with that because of Google. That's all
Hmm.
right. So let's do the same thing here and oops, prompt it to create a spelling activity. I'm not sure why my copy and paste isn't working. There we go. All right. Create a spelling activity using the following words. That generated very, very fast.
Did. Of
Very
course, Google
fast.
horsepower, right? But still,
Yeah.
um, if I yet again, if I had the choice between Copilot and Gemini for school, I'd choose Gemini all the time. That's just
Yeah.
me. But I mean, at least my results are fast. But it's still like it doesn't appify it. It's just text. You
Yep.
know.
Exactly. Uh, okay, that's great. So it's given an answer key, a word list.
Hmm.
That's pretty cool. Now, again, and I can export it to Sheets, which is handy to Google Sheets. Uh,
Hmm.
now let's see how turn this into an interactive activity. Let's see how interactive it can get.
Hmm. Okay.
All
So look, we're
right.
getting building blocks again, but
All
no
right.
actual.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're
Yeah.
spoiled. We've been spoiled by
We've been
Claude.
spoiled. Yep. I can't even look at you, Gemini. What are you doing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
ready to try it? Start with question one. Which spelling word rhymes with mumble? Which word from the rhymes with the word I say? You tell me the correct spelling word from the list below. Okay, so this is a little more interactive though, because it wants me to have the conversation with Gemini. So, which spelling words rhyme with mumble? So, grumble. So it
And I'm
wants me. Yep.
and I'm curious if you use Gemini Live and you gave it the same prompt verbally, if it would play the game with you live.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. No. Okay. So this is good. Um, it's This is good. It's asked me the question, I've answered it, and now we're moving on to the
Hmm.
next questions in the round. So I'd say actually Gemini is definitely the second most
Yep.
interactive
It is
and
gamifying it.
interesting. It
Hmm.
is, yeah. What's your answer for question two?
That's rad.
Uh, yeah, spelling word rhymes with sparkle, pebble, single,
Good job,
etc.
Gemini. Good job.
And but I don't like the way though it's because now it's saying, okay, what are the remaining here are the remaining questions. Which spelling word rhymes with sparkle? But then I have to kind of scroll back up to the
Yeah.
top.
Yes. See, it reminds you of a DOS version of a game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sparkle. What rhymes with sparkle? Crackle? Crackle sort of sprinkle
It
or
none
or
not really. None
they're
of
kind
those
of
new.
off rhymes a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know what grumble, sparkle. Yeah, I don't know. What? Let's see. I'm gonna just try one.
I would charcoal.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
sprinkle rhymes with sparkle. Okay.
But it doesn't.
It's
It
an off
doesn't.
rhyme. It sort of does. It's I don't know the exact yeah. Okay. Which spelling word rhymes with pebble? Pebble, resemble, I think, right? Yeah. And I'm gonna use the microphone.
So it's just you just like words. Okay.
Resemble. I just tested the mic there.
Hmm.
Oh,
Did it put it in for you?
The word pebble rhymes with crackle.
What? Not today.
I mean, again, it's trying to do something, and it sort of does. Again, I think it's definitely must be considered an off rhyme, but I would think
Hmm.
for a grade four kid that's just learning words that would be pretty tough.
Yeah,
I
because
don't.
I mean, technically, the kids
Hmm,
know what rhymes are, and
yeah.
those aren't really rhymes.
They're kind of tricky rhymes. So, but
Yeah.
I appreciate the effort, Gemini. You've put a little
Hmm.
more effort into it, um, but it's not quite perfect. Um, and there's
Like
some other tools in there that I
you
would
can imagine like
hmm
what the school system could do with Claude, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're building
exactly.
quick applets that immediately go to the kids' tablets or whatever, and they're
Yeah,
using them in real time, and it's all the scores and information, or whatever, going right back to the teacher in real time.
yeah,
So that way they know which ones immediately may need help with a certain thing or weakness in a certain thing. Like it's so
right.
intuitive. That's how I'd want to do it.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so I did the math prompt within Gemini, and it's given me some problems, an answer key, and it does give me the option to export it into Google Sheets, which I've
Ah,
done.
yes. Yep.
And I mean, Google Sheets is, it's basically Excel,
Sure is.
or a light version of Excel. So it's not, it's there. You've got the problems, you've got the answer column. It's easy enough to do, and it's somewhat interactive.
Hmm.
So, I'd say that's fine. I'm not unhappy with what it's done there.
Well,
It's a
if out of the two choices that they're choosing for school, I definitely choose the
Yeah,
Google method for sure. That
yeah,
linked with Google
agreed.
Classroom would be amazing.
Yeah,
Like the Google
agreed.
Classroom system. Yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely say Gemini, of the two classroom approved ones, Gemini's done the better job. I like
Hmm.
that you can export it to Sheets and then enter it that way. That's pretty cool. That's a decent level of interactivity. Again, we just got spoiled by Claude just blew us
Yeah.
away.
It's true. Like,
So
because
it's
obviously they need to look at Claude and see, look, there's a higher standard being held here that you
yeah.
guys are choosing to not accept into your school system. And I get why, but at the same time, it's completely trouncing the others.
It really is. Yeah, that
Yeah.
that's interesting, and I wonder if, people making those sort of decisions have looked at, all the comparisons and all that. But again, when it comes to laws surrounding data and minors and
Yes,
all that, they have to be really careful, right?
they do.
So it's a weird new world we're in, and
It
they're
sure
obviously
is that
just
we're allowed to use AI now, that AI is even a
yeah.
thing. Yep.
And obviously, again, when it comes to the internet and minors, there's a standard of security that needs to be
Yes.
considered. That's,
And it
high
is a school
above.
system,
Yeah,
you
and
know.
it's the school system.
Hmm.
So I
Yeah,
get that standard for sure.
certainly.
But I mean, again, take away our amazement of Claude and all that's done. These
Hmm.
other chatbots have still created some very serviceable
Yes,
worksheets for us.
certainly. Yeah, I
And
mean, they have.
if your goal is to just generate more homework and do just have different approaches to whatever curriculum your student
Hmm.
is in at the time. I think all of these chatbots have done a good job, and they've created more content for you to sort of work on, because variety and different approaches is
Hmm.
really key, I find, with when it comes to teaching kids and augmenting homework. Because,
This is it. It's
yeah,
just that I find these very conventional, and like if they
right,
find school boring and the conventional methods of books and what they're doing there, then have to come home and do the same thing but digital
right.
over here. But yet again, it's the way Claude is gamifying education. You
Hmm.
don't know you're learning, you
Yeah,
know,
no,
and that's what you
exactly.
want. That is exactly what you want. You call that homework, they call it fun if you do
Yeah,
it that way. Yeah.
yeah, and again, like it didn't take a lot of thought for us
Hmm.
to get to that point with Claude.
That's right.
We said turn it into the choose your own adventure. We got the interactive applet right away, and then I just gave it one more extra, prompt beside that,
Yes.
knowing my daughter and what she likes, and then after that, one revision, we've got boom, we've got something that is appealing, it's fun, it's useful,
Yep.
it's I
It's
think
ready to go. And you could tailor that for any kid of any
yeah,
interest. I love that.
I can't imagine many parents or even people in general even really know
That's
that
yeah.
it that Claude is capable of doing that at that level.
I agree.
I just have to think that if they did, they it would be much more widely used and everyone would be talking about it. And I just
Hmm.
don't see that much chatter about it. I
That's
can't
true.
remember how I came across Claude. If you mentioned it or I stumbled up, I think I might have, even stumbled upon it when I was just looking at all the different chatbots. And who knows, there might be some other chatbot that's as good or better than Claude that
Yes.
I haven't even heard of before.
There are plenty, and some are, of course, more obscure. Claude has a reputation. We won't get into it here, but it does have reputations. A lot of them do
Okay.
in their own way, shape, and
Yeah.
form. So I'm not knocking any one of them, but I
Yeah.
can't argue with the results. I don't care as long as the results are like resoundingly positive.
Hmm.
And Claude is completely like showing the others up in this regard.
Yeah.
Especially if you could use this for education, if you were allowed to. You can at home if you want to, but
Yeah,
if they were
exactly.
allowed to, it would change the landscape of how you've got it from boring work in school to actually intuitive and engaging work that they learn and don't realize they are.
Right. And I guess too, it's worth sort of mentioning or realizing that I guess in the
Mm-hmm.
context of what we're doing, which is in this scenario where parents creating additional homework for our children,
Mm-hmm.
and the parent can make that decision themselves at that point in terms of
Yes.
if they're okay with, data sharing and stuff like that. And I mean, I don't see any safety concerns with, I haven't given Claude anything specific about, my daughter other than she likes pink and fashion, which that's not really narrowing down,
Not at
when you're talking
all.
about 9-year-old girls.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's not going to really know all that much about her. And so I don't feel like we're entering into that territory of anything being unsafe or any data being, compromisable or anything like that. So,
Yeah.
again, in the context of what we're doing, which is we're parents trying to generate supplemental activities for our children, I
Mm-hmm.
don't I don't think that we need to be too worried about that. Obviously, you don't want to say, "Oh, my daughter named this that goes to this school does this." I would,
Yep.
you
Here's
can
your social insurance number.
exactly. So, you
Yeah.
be smart and be general about it,
Yes.
and I
Hmm.
think you're going to be okay. But
Yeah.
I'm really excited about what we found today. This was really fun going
Mm.
through and discovering that. And I find that's kind of the cool thing about chatbots is there's a lot of discovery and a conversation that's happening.
Yes. And they're
And
changing and growing, getting better
yep,
all the time.
exactly,
Hmm.
exactly. So yeah, so I think that's all we're gonna do today,
Hmm.
and obviously we're gonna publish this as a video. So if you're listening, I definitely recommend going to the AT Help Desk YouTube because that's where we'll post the video version where you can actually see the chatbots do their thing.
Mm, yes. Yeah.
So
I
yeah,
guess with Claude, I just love the idea that even
yeah,
if you're not a coder and it's not your thing, but you're looking to build an application that can help you with any kind of thing, if you can
absolutely.
dream it, you can make it.
Yeah,
Go ahead, try
absolutely.
it.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's insane. So, yeah, I'm excited about what we discovered today together, and thanks for joining me on my journey.
My pleasure. Love this stuff.
Heck yeah. All right. Well,
Yeah.
I appreciate you joining me, and that'll
Hmm.
be all for today.